We consider a simple but very important mechanical system, a spring mass system under gravity. A light vertical spring, assumed massless so its weight does not affect the motion, is fixed at the top to a rigid support. A particle of mass, m, is attached to the lower end of the spring. The spring has a natural or unstretched length L, which is the length of the spring when no external force is applied. It obeys Hooke's law, which states that the restoring force exerted by the spring is proportional to its extension or compression, with proportionality constant, K, n, amebide. The mass can only move vertically up and down. For simplicity, we neglect air resistance and also assume the spring itself is massless. Gravity, with constant acceleration g, acts downward on the particle. This setup might look very simple, but it is the foundation for understanding oscillations, vibrations, and stability of structures. It also provides one of the clearest demonstrations of Newton's second law of motion in action. To connect this to reality, think of a car suspension system. The spring represents the car's shock absorber spring. The mass m represents the car's body resting on the spring. The gravity, mg, is like the weight of the car pressing down. When passengers enter or luggage is added, the spring compresses further, finding a new equilibrium. If the car hits a bump, the spring stretches and compresses, causing oscillatory up and down motion very similar to our spring mass system. Another simple analogy: if you hang a pendant or keyring on a spring and pull it slightly downwards, it oscillates up and down around a fixed position. This is exactly the motion we are describing here. Massless spring ensures all forces come only from the spring's stretching and the weight of the particle. Real springs do have mass, but ignoring it keeps the model simple and clear. Vertical motion only avoids the complications of sideways swing, pendulum-like motion. Neglecting air resistance makes the oscillations ideal, meaning they continue forever. Later, damping will be introduced to model real systems. Constant, g, reasonable assumption near the Earth's surface, so calculations remain straightforward. This system captures the essential behavior of many real-life mechanical and engineering devices: car suspensions, weighing scales, watches with balance springs, and even the vertical oscillations of tall buildings during earthquakes. By starting with the simple vertical spring and mass, you can build intuition for far more complex vibration and oscillation problems.